I hate Spurs. I absolutely hate Spurs. Manchester City just lost 3-2 against Spurs. We got Spurs. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. We'd lost a very, very, very frustrating game of football. Can we not just lose normally? You know what I mean? If we're going to lose against Spurs, can it not just be the most incredibly painful fashion? Can it not be like this? Either way, that was not a good day for football for Manchester City today. It was what many of us feared. I didn't hope it would happen. If I'm being honest, and this is a confession, I thought he might be all right today. I thought he might even be relatively comfortable, given Spurs' form, given the fact that we were probably due a convincing, comfortable win against Spurs. I thought maybe this could be the day. But, it wasn't the day. Of course, City today turned up. Couldn't really get out of second gear as well. I don't really think anyone played particularly well in the team. Maybe Kyle Walker had some good moments defensively. But this was never really a day where City turned up and got anything right. It started badly, obviously. Failed offside trap early on from Ruben Diaz. Son's turn of pace, who was an absolute terror from Harry Kane's passes all night. On the counter, obviously Kulusevski scoring. And then we kind of got back into it. And from that point, you do think maybe there's something in this. Gundogan scoring, of course, but then down the other end again, Spurs scoring. Eventually, then, of course, as well, we get the penalty at the last minute. I don't think for all the world we're going to score it. I think maybe we score it and then maybe even go on to win or something like that. But then Kane down the other end of scoring. Apparently the title race was over. That puts to bed that, doesn't it? The title race is not over, unfortunately. It's almost like maybe City don't have total combination of this. I would really, really, really love the victory today, of course, but I'm still confident. Don't get me wrong. I think we're in a very good position still. Liverpool fans will feel absolutely alive right now, or understandably so, but still City are in an excellent position, having played an awful lot of the top quality teams around us. But Liverpool do have the quality to chase us down. I can't deny that. I am very frustrated looking at a table right now because it feels a little bit too close for comfort. There's no guarantee Liverpool are going to win all the games. There's no guarantee they're going to beat us. But this is football, and this is why I hate football, and this is why I love football. You never know what's going to happen. Honestly, I am still confident. We are still top of the league, so perspective is needed. And usually, and it's worth saying this, usually when City lose a game like this, we usually react pretty well. So I'm almost certain Guardiola will be on City's players to react well at Everton and Brighton and so on coming up. And of course, United and the derby. There's no guarantee there. But we have the players in the squad capable of turning it around. What went wrong today? I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes you have a bad day at the office. I mean, sometimes just things don't go right. Sometimes you come out overeager, you make a mistake early on, you never really recover. Quite a few players today had a pretty off day. I don't think Rodri had his best game. I don't think Diaz and Laporte played particularly well either. Percy probably would have played Stones. He's really good at defending in space. And we played a really high line today when Spurs were always going to attack on the counter. And we didn't really have the players at centre-back, in my opinion, to cover for that. I think Stones is our best clear space defender after, obviously, Kyle Walker. But either way, we didn't really get the control that we wanted. We clearly played Gundogan, Bernardo and De Bruyne to try and control the midfield. Maybe we probably should have started Mahrez. It's easy in hindsight, of course, and still that team was more than good enough. But we didn't really ever create... I don't think we created that many chances either, to be honest. It felt a little bit too functional. Sterling was over on the right. Foden was on the left until they eventually changed around. That didn't seem to work. Foden was relatively quiet, if I'm being honest. De Bruyne looked a bit alive, but no one around him particularly had a spark today. It did make you wonder towards the end of the game when we were throwing deep cross after deep cross after deep cross after deep cross after so many fucking crosses into the box. It makes you wonder, well, why didn't we just put the lap on? I know he's not at that stage in the squad yet, but you're not at that stage until you are. And what I mean by that, sometimes you got to take it. Sometimes you got to take a chance and go for it. I mean, ultimately, this game could be nothing more than a very annoying... It could be a flat tyre, on the road to fucking Disneyland. You still get there, but it's a pain in the arse, you know what I mean? This journey still could get to the holiday destination that we want it to be. That's a terrible analogy, but you know what I'm getting at. But the thing is now, obviously, it puts the fear a little bit into us. The one thing I will say is I don't think City will be scared. I don't think Pep Guardiola will be scared. But it is frustrating. We cannot deny that this is frustrating because these days, they are. Ultimately, though, I do think Spurs probably deserved it. I don't think City really had the quality today, and I can't really, I can't really sit here and complain. I can't really. It was just crap. It was just crap. Genuinely. Do you Do you remember when things felt like we were going to run away comfortably with it, though? You know, it just goes to show this idea that once again the Premier League's over. It's just not true. My confidence before this game is so misplaced. It was so misplaced. But this Spurs curse is real, man. And Guardiola was right, to be fair. I did say I was nervous because they lost 3 games in a row in the Premier League. And I did fear that they were going to have a performance like this. When you've lost 3 games and you've got a team like Man City and you've got Spurs and Conte with some quality there, then there's always that chance, and there's always that chance they can turn it around. And this is what teams like Spurs do against us. They really do have the curse over us, and you kind of got to respect it in a way. I thought Kane was fantastic, by the way. He really was. One of the best performances I've seen against us in a while. He was involved in everything he did. The countless key passes, obviously the goal as well. It was just a masterclass from Harry Kane and a masterclass from Son. We were too hectic in general. It was a very direct style of football. There was a lack of composure. I'm not going to throw anyone out. I'm not going to kick off and call them frauds or anything like that. That's not what I do. I still know we're in a very good position. It's still a position that if you told me without context where we'd be at this stage of the season, I would have absolutely bitten your hand off. So it is worth remembering that. But it obviously feels a little bit too close for comfort right now. And it is, actually. But there's an awful lot of games between now and when we play Liverpool. I'm going to look at our fixtures now. Of course, before the Liverpool game, this is what we've got to play. We've got to play Everton next weekend away. We got in the league, we got United, obviously, then Palace away, then Brighton at home, then Burnley away, and then Liverpool, of course, as well. Liverpool, until that, their games are... Well, they've got, on Wednesday, they've got Leeds United. They're going to win that at home. They've got the Carabao Cup final, but then they've got as well West Ham at home. They're probably going to win that. Brighton away is an interesting one. They've got Arsenal away. Then they've got United. Then they've got Watford and then us. So there's some games there that are tricky for them too. For what it's worth, I think both teams will probably drop points up until that happens. I don't know when, who, why, how it'll happen. You never know. But what I will say is, yeah, I'm a bad mood, but I sort of feel alive for it. Maybe it was getting a bit too close for comfort. I'm interested to see how Guardiola reacts to this. Guardiola is not a man to panic. He is a man to bang heads together for what it's worth. And maybe he got it wrong today as well. Maybe the system wasn't right and all that kind of stuff. But I do respect a reaction now. And to be honest, we usually get it. Do you remember after Southampton when we went on a good winning streak and all that kind of stuff? We do tend to get a reaction out of these players. Normally, we go from this point and win 5 or 6 games in a row. The table, it's close, but it's not ridiculous, It is not ridiculous. Liverpool feel confident right now because it's in their hands now, actually. It really is. But we should still feel confident. We are still, in my opinion, the best team in the country. This was a bad day. Things didn't go right. Some weird decisions taken. But I trust this team not to bottle it. I really do. Trust it not to bottle it. I don't think I've seen a few players have games like that for a while. I thought Diaz had a stinker. Genuinely a stinker today, and so did Rodri. I think those two had really poor games by their quality. But to be honest, in life, if a few players have a bad day, there's not much you can do. In general, usually one player doesn't have a great day. It's kind of lost amongst other players playing well. But if you have a few players having a stinker, this is what happens. That was a grim performance. It was not a good Manchester City side today. It was just hopefully a one-off. Hopefully it's something that we can put to bed and chill. I'm going to drown my sorrows tonight. Good game for the neutral, by the way. Good game for the neutral. I am not in close to neutral. And as you can see by my watch-along, which I probably just put unlisted for the Spurs fans to give me a go for it. I was so happy when we scored that penalty. I was so happy. So happy. I thought we were going to get a point. And I was like, oh, that's not too bad. But the only positive I can take is that's bad for United. So there we go. That's pretty much the only positive. I haven't got much more to say other than I'm just pissed off. I'll catch you tomorrow for the 5 things learned in the fan view if you want to chat up to me. I hate Spurs. I hate them. Thank you to everyone who watched this. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Big love to Scott Denham, your page producing the Patreons. Football, I hate you. In a bit.